Hey y'all, how's it going? My name is Mizzle. You watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing Greenleaf Season 3. I'm going to do episode 1 and 2. I'm going to have a conversation about Greenleaf. I think I might do every 2 episodes, and I'm going to have a Let's Talk About Greenleaf series, and then just talk about it. And instead of doing it every weekly, there's a lot of shows that's coming out right now that I may want to review or not, and there's a lot of things in my schedule and work and stuff, so finding the time to do these videos is gonna be difficult. So some videos will have to be done every 2 weeks or something like that. So every 2 episodes I will do a video of the Greenleaf. So let's talk about it. So we know that Lady May found out last season from her sister Aunt Mavis that she had an affair with the bishop multiple times throughout the marriage. It was more than one time. Now, it was thought that she had an affair with the bishop before Lady May got married to him. But no, Lady May made it seem like, said that she had an affair with him throughout her marriage after she married Lady May. And it's more than one time. So, Lady May was pissed and angry about that. So she kicked James, who was the bishop, out. Bishop went to the hotel, and so Rochelle. Now Rochelle is working with Natasha to take down the Greenleaf. Remember, Natasha used to be the first lady of Triumph with Bailey, but they took Bailey out because he was doing some legal dealings, and they got caught. They took him out. He's not with the church, so now Jacob becomes the new person of the church, Triumph, with his wife Clarissa. But Natasha's still working there, and she working on with him, with Bailey, to take them down. So she hired Rochelle to help her do that. So Rochelle supposed to be the one who seduced Bishop and freaking caused a rift. But right now, he didn't. Bishop is so like an honest man or something like that. He didn't sleep well. He just slept in the bed, got up. She was trying to flirt with him, trying to kiss him, all that stuff. He was telling her advances down, and they say, you know what, we can't do this. And he just got a text from Zora, text from the family saying Zora made it home, and he went to leave out. So that's how Rochelle found about Zora. Now, we know that the church family dynamics is so crazy because they always put up a front, and it shows how the church is not always the perfect thing that everybody think it is. It's like, you got the bishop, and then you got the pastor, they got the first lady and stuff. They're supposed to be the perfect person. It was an ideal marriage, but sometimes their marriage is always coming apart behind the scenes, and nobody know because they so focused on the facade that they portraying at the church, and you think it's all perfect. So Greenleaf is like, yes, they was all good things, but they always have issues, and now the issues are falling apart, and now it's trickling down to their church lives, and how people around them is starting seeing the difference and effects, the changes with them, and they don't want to know what's going on. And there's some vultures out there trying to come in and attack. So yeah, so we know Zora ran away last season with Isaiah. Isaiah hit Zora. Sophia told them, and Jacob was pissed off, punched Isaiah, and then Zora left and ran away to be with him, basically the guy. And they found her, came at home. Jacob took her phone, no internet, no computer, no TV. You gonna be stuck in your room. You gonna be grounded. And Zoe, like a teenager, was like, "Wow, you doing all this?" And she's acting very snobby. I said, "Little girl, you doing way too much, girl. You doing all this stuff for the man. Act like you all this. Act like nobody can't tell you what to do, all that stuff. Yeah, stick your ass grounded." So throughout the day, she's kind of like she wants to get contact some kind of way. So she stole the money from the tithes when they had a thing. It was a bucket full of money. She stole some money from that. She can't get her phone, so one time she was trying to call. So she wanted to call Sophia to come over, and Jacob gave her a phone, and she was trying to call, but Jacob said no. That's her father. Said call right in front of us. She said no, it's okay. She trying to really talk to Isaiah, but she trying to find a way to talk to Isaiah while her parents knowing. So later on, she met with Sophia, and Sophia came over. They was laughing and having a good time. And she said, "Can you do something for me?" Because she apologized for ratting it out and thought you was mad at me. And Sophia always wants Zora wants Zora to forgive her, to like her so much that she would do stuff for Zora. But at the same time, Sophia is a good girl, so she knows things. So when Zora asked Sophia to get her a prepaid phone at Walmart, she said, "What? Could you call Isaiah?" And she said, "Oh no, I see him hit you, beat you, all that stuff, and you ran away. You just got back home, and I won't do it. I won't do this for you." So I said that's good for Sophia, because sometimes she like to do things for Zora, and I said I don't know why you always getting roped in and Zora kind of mess. She's trouble, and you don't need that trouble in your life. So they gave her TV back, and her TV got restricted access, so she can't watch all the channels that she wanted to watch. So it's like, that's funny. So now we get Rochelle, because Rochelle is playing her little things with the GreenLeaf. So she working with, like I said, she working with Natasha. Her and Natasha is working the family. Now, we came to find out that the church, Calvary, has IRS tax problems. They owe $2 million. Matt put to take care of it. Matt was Lady Mae's brother, who's also a child molester. He's died, but he was supposed to take care of it, but apparently he didn't take care of it. And now they need to pay $2 million for 90 days unless they were going to be credited of tax evasion. And I guess they would take down the church or something, whatever. So they had a plan is that Clara May, who was their church member or a good dear friend, she won a Powerball winning, it's like that. So she got come with money, and they was plan to ask her for the money, so she can save the church. So they invite Clara to the dinner and everything. And now before that, they was discussing that, and this is same time that James was still not at the house. So Lady Mae was consistent that he cannot move back in the house and everything, so he was gonna come and get his stuff the next day. She said, "You do that." So she feel within the wrath of what happened. It's like she just can't get over that the affair that her husband had with her sister. And I don't understand how anybody could ever get over that. Like, you have an affair with your own my sibling. It's like, really my sibling? Right under my nose, and I didn't even know that, and then my sibling came out and threw in my face because she don't like me and she angry or something like that. So I was like, wow. So she come and get back in the house, and they also was seeing that Lady Mae didn't go to church. So it was a church service this Sunday. You know, usually the first lady is there, and usually when see that the first lady there, people always will question and see what's going on and why that she is not there. So Grace was there, Sophia sat in the chair, and Charity was singing, and this lady behind them, and I forgot her name, was like, "Where's the church lady?" She said something like that. She said, "She got a cover." She said, "In my prayers." And then later on, they say something, and she got a window, Lady Mae not being there because she got out of town. And after Grace said that she was sick, and then they said, amen. I was like, "Oh, you freaking tricky bitch." So I was like, that's crazy. And yeah, so Rochelle went to see the bishop. The sister was not having it. That assistant saw her, was like, she said, "The bishop here?" She said, "I guess he is here." I said, "Go ahead, sister. You know the game." She said, "Well, can you page her?" So she paged her. He was in the office, and she was trying to take his mail. She said, "I got this." No. All that stuff. So went in the office, and they started talking, and Bishop said he apologized for whatever. He's a good guy. And she said, "I want to apologize." She said, "No, I apologize." And we should never gotten our place together. Thank you for listening to me, but we need to be professional. So I can't see you one-on-one, personally, privately. It had to be a church thing. So she said, "Okay, I understand that." This one, Grace walks in, and she saw Rochelle and the bishop talking. So she wondering what the hell Rochelle is doing so much with her father. Now, in the beginning, we got Lady Mae sitting at the table, right? Charity came down because she heard what's going on with Zora and everything. Grace was there, and Sophia was sitting there, and they was talking. And then Lady Mae was on her phone, being very snappy with her remarks to Charity. They talk a little bit about Charity and Kevin came back in town. He wanted to be a father, and like he never left and want to get custody. And they said this is crazy. He want to do this. So she sit there trying to handle that business with Kevin, and they was talking snappy. And on the midst of it, Grace was asking her mother how she feeling the thing, and she don't give me that sympathy. It's like Lady May have a hard on for Grace. She blamed Grace for everything. She said every time Grace came back for Faith's funeral, everything fell apart. With the mat, with the infidelity, with the marriage falling apart, with this, the family. She said, Kevin, everything. She said, I didn't do all this. This all happened because it already happened, so why are you blaming me? So it's like, she said everything fell apart when Grace came back. I said, if Grace never came back, you still with things being like, will still be an issue. And she said, you want to butter the nose. Basically saying that Grace is nosy, that she always butter her nose for things that she didn't really need to put her nose, her business in. And it was like, okay, Lady May, I know you hurt, but going after Grace is not the idea, not to work it, not the path you should go. So she took her for a ring, and she's like really feeling it. She's not going to the service, so that's why I was like, it's kind of hurting. So when she was at her own, she was out and about in her car, eating alone, sat at a table, saw a couple near her, and she was like feeling the fact, because she was like, this is ridiculous. She's going through all this now, but she was usually had to be doing this. She never had to do this. She always had her husband with her. She always had a happy marriage, and now her marriage is falling apart, and now she's going through the emotions of the secret that came exposed to her marriage. So she went to see her son at Triumph, and Natasha saw her. She said, Lady May, why are you not at the church? She said, well, I just came to see something. So she wants some tea, so she got her some tea. So Natasha would talk to Lady May, giving her a little sob story about the first lady was married to somebody for 20-something years, and then he left her with some younger person, and then she fell and messed up her eye and got crippled and paralyzed. And just like taunt Lady May, she said, you know what? And Lady May saw Natasha like getting stuff in the thing. She said, you used to be a first lady. This is what they got you doing? She said, well, yeah. I said, at least you got your husband, because I don't have mine. And I guess that make Lady May think about something. You say, you know what? Okay. So she went back home. James, the bishop, came home to get some stuff, and he said, he suggested, can we stay together, everything, and be united front with this tax issues, because that would make it help better instead of being separated apart. She refused at first, and then when she came back in the house, he said, you know what, you could come stay until we get this handle, this tax problem. So after the tax problem, I don't know. So he was sleeping in the guest room, and the guest room is like, the bed is hard, he can't sleep on it, so he's trying to go to the master bedroom. She said no, get out, everything, and Jesus wanted to know what's going on. Bishop was not trying to hear Jesus. He said, I can't deal with this. I already got enough problems with your wife. I can't deal with you. Answer me all these questions. Let it go. So they both kind of like avoiding the issue and not trying to deal with it by putting a facade that everything's okay, but everything's not okay. And then your children see that things not okay, especially Grace. So in the midst of it, Jacob got a call from the mother. Father told Jacob that the mother kicked her out the house. He said, what's going on? Then mother called Jacob to see how's everything going, how saw her. He said everything's cool, what's going on happened. And then Grace called, he said we need to talk. It was like, damn, like everybody called her Jacob. So Jacob, Charity, and Grace had to sit down and talk. And they was talking and saying, like, you know what, we need to help our family. We have to have our parents. Like, things going on, things falling apart, and what's going on, what's up? And she said, I don't know why he kicked her out the house. They were so good, and what happened? So Jacob feels some way because he had this indiscretion in the beginning when his first season came on that he had something happening, and Clarissa forgave him, and so he felt like the father should feel some type of benefits, some type of consequences, because his father gave him grief on what he had done, but now he's going through the same issues, and he was like, now he needs to know how to feel like, because he was all hard on me. So Jacob was like indifferent with the situation. So they was like, Grace, you need to fix it. It was like, why Grace needs to be a fixer, but y'all keep blaming Grace for everything falling apart. But now she needs to fix everything. It's like, come on, you can't have it both ways. So they was like, what happened? Like, what led to this? So he was gone for the day in the house, and now he's not here for 2 days now. What's happening? So Grace got this face like she didn't want to say nothing. They said, what's going on? What's up? You know something. And Grace trying to play it off like she didn't know. She said, well, father had an affair with Aunt Mary. She said, oh, yeah, we both knew that. That's way before they got married. So that's nothing. She said, no, they did this after they got married. And it's like continuing affair. She said they had a continuing affair. So now they both was like, wow. So that's what Jacob feels type of way. He said, whatever, father gave me dirt, and now he got to deal with it. She said, oh, Jacob, stop it. And Charity said, oh, wow, we the victim of divorcing and broken family. They said, oh, Charity, you leave it alone. Now, I was like, okay. Now, we get Charity. So Charity and Kevin, right? Remember, Kevin just up and left. He just up and left, and they say nothing. He said he need to find himself. Just wrote a letter and just left. And now he came back and saying he ready to be a father to his child and everything. And I said, I understand that. So I understand where Charity coming from. Because Charity came on, she said she needs to deal with this with Kevin and feel like what's going on with him. And she kind of hesitant in leaving Nathan with him, because she's going to tour and she's going to take Nathan with her, and she don't want to leave her son with Kevin. I mean, Kevin is the baby's father, so he has the right to be there, to be taking care of his son. But you understand where her Charity coming from, because you have to find yourself, but you don't get that choice to up and leave your boy's life and then come back when it's any time you want to come back and just act like everything's okay, and then you want to fight me in custody because you feel like it should be the in the life. So Charity concerns that how I'm not gonna know that you're gonna be up and leaving again. He said he's not gonna do that, and he's ready to sit down and be there, be the father. So he said, leave the baby with me, but you not taking my baby across state, or that's like kidnapping, and I will take it to court. So I said, sometimes you wish you don't want to go get the course involved. So Charity and Kevin need to work these things out. So they was talking. She pushed back the tour. She told Jabari's the guy that she's dealing with in the tour, and also a love interest, and say that, you know what, I can't come right now, but I'll come on Wednesday, because I need to work this thing out with Kevin. Now, Kevin came to church. Charity, Kevin talking, and Charity was like, what's up? Like, I can't deal with this. It's like, I understand you mad, girl, but he left you, and I understand you have to look up for the best interest of your child. But it doesn't hurt for him to keep the kid while you're on tour. He's not stopping you from taking your dreams, but I think she more concerned that he was up and leave, but also what he's going through. I mean, Kevin is gay, and he had an affair and all that stuff, and he had an affair, but he missed that he gay. She couldn't deal with him, and then he's dealing with Aaron now, and it's kind of like craziness. So when Charity went to talk, saw Kevin's house, saw they had the crib, he had a thing, everything was going cool, and she was gonna let her drop the guard down and say, all right, you can get the kid, and she was gonna go back to Jabari on Wednesday, until she saw Aaron came in. Now when Aaron came in, she said, is he staying here? He said no, he just visited a couple of days. And that's when she called Jabari and said, oh, I can't, I gotta push this back, I can't come down right now, I need to deal with this thing. So I was like, so now her issue is not only because he left. Her issue is that now he gonna have my son. He gonna have my son around Aaron, and I don't want that. So I guess it's gonna be something dealing with. It's like, yes, he moved on. He not with you anymore, but he had to live his life. And yes, I understand that he is wrong for leaving. So I'm not giving him any slack. He wrong for leaving that kid like that. To find yourself, you don't get that choice. You have a child, you stick with your child, and you find yourself raising your child. You should not up and left like that. It's like that. So yes, she feels some type of way leaving your kid with you by yourself. But now leaving your kid by yourself when you know you got your lover around, she not having that. But I should understand, Charity, you need to deal with that sometimes because he's going to be with somebody else. So you can't like not have him see his child because you feel the type of way that he is dealing with other men, and you don't want him raising the child. It's like that. But she tried to sit down and talk with Clarissa because that's what she convinced her to go to Kevin's house. Clarissa told her, you know what? You said that Kevin was a good father. And Charity always said that. She said Kevin is a good father to Nathan. She just said like that he was gay, and he came out as gay, and it caused their marriage to fall apart. That's why. So I guess Charity is more in her feelings about Kevin moving on. And she moved on too, but moving on and being with another man and raising her kid with him. On top of it, she feeling that he might abandon her again. Abandon Nathan again. So I understand Charity she coming from with that. It's like, it's understandable she feels type of way, but at the same time, Charity, he is the child's father, and you cannot keep keeping him away from his child. He has the right to be in his child's life, and he needs to be there. So point blank period. It's like he needs to be there. If y'all can work this out without involving the courts, please do that, because sometimes courts makes both sides very angry and battle, and you're not thinking about the interest of Nathan anymore. So we know we get Natasha playing her game because she got a Lady Mae head and said, at least I got my husband, so Lady Mae got this. She think about things. Rochelle is playing her game, so like that, because she and Natasha sat down in an office, and Rochelle was like, listen, I did my best interest with Bishop, and he still ain't touched me. So I need to step my game up. So they were looking at a call girl service or something to get something for the Bishop. And I said, wow, everything. So Grace see what's going on with Rochelle. Like, she's moving too kind of funny. So Rochelle asked Grace, she said, you know, anything you need help with me, I'll be there to help you and whatever I can. So Grace said, you know what? I have a legal defense fund, a funding that will help victims of domestic violence get legal representation when they need it from the church. And Rochelle was all for it. Rochelle said, okay, I get some of my clients that I know to donate money. We could donate at least $50,000 for the defense fund. And it was nice. And they had a good conversation. Grace asked Rochelle at the second time they meet and say, you know what? Did you have something with my father? And Rochelle said, oh my God, lady, you should not ask me that type of questions and stuff like that. So she got upset. But she walked out and then she put on her like game face on and went back to talk to Grace. He said, you know what? We can do what we gotta do. You stuck with me. That's good. Let's get it. So I guess her plan is if she get with Grace to get under Grace's skin and I guess mess that up, then Grace will never be like feeling that Rochelle is up to something through her father. So she'll be under Grace's thumb and Grace could see Rochelle as a different light and as that person that she thought things were gonna be. So I was like, oh wow. So Natasha is like, fire this lady because it was this girl named Brittany. Brittany was coming to Jacob about some finance problems they had with the church and saying, this is going on, you doing this wrong, get this, that. And Jacob was like, calm down, we got this, everything's going to be okay. And she kept persistent. And Natasha said, if I was you, Bailey would not have that, I would fire her. And so, because she came back again after the ties and that ceremony, and she said, people want to know what's going on. And something's not the best service that it was. Something was off and different. And he said, you know what? I fired. You fired. And she said, what? He said, you fired. And Clarissa and Jacob were supposed to talk about this before he did that decision. But I guess he took Natasha's word and fired. Now, Natasha's playing it. It's like she trying to do her well to get closer to Jacob. So, of course, a rift between Clarissa and Jacob. So that could fall apart. So Clarissa missed the meeting where they're supposed to have with the members and stuff. Clarissa was in a principal because she balancing being a principal at a charter school that she funds, that she runs, and being the first lady. So she balanced on both jobs. So there's a lot of demanding of her. So she had to sit down with her parents. Parents were all spoiled parents and say, I spent a lot of money while my kid getting a B in the essay. You need to read this or change the grade or something. So she read late. and they was talking, and one of the ladies thought that Natasha was the first lady of the church, but Jacob, and I said Clarissa feels type of way. So Jacob said, you know what? He feels type of way. He said, you know, I need to get something for my wife because I know she working hard. I want to thank her. So he would try to get clothes, and she said, no, don't get her clothes, get some jewelry. It's like jewelry would be the best thing. So they went to get some jewelry, and they saw the jewelry. It was a nice big necklace. I said, damn, that necklace is not something you should have wearing everything out. It should be on special occasions. So Natasha was wearing it all. She's like, oh my God, this feels so good, all that stuff. I never had that. Took a picture. He said he was going to get this. Got a Clarissa. Clarissa loved it. And Clarissa said, oh, meet me in the bedroom. I said, oh, you'll give us some nookie over there. I said, love it. Yes. But he deleted that picture the way he took on Natasha, because if Clarissa saw that he saw that Natasha was wearing her necklace before he got it, said, oh wow, she was feel type of way. Because Clarissa really feels like Natasha's doing way too much right now. And you let her get into your head. And don't do that. Don't do that at all. And it's something like that. So now Grace was talking to her boyfriend. You know her boyfriend's Darius, and he's still not into that church scene, and he's giving her advice because Grace going over there like having sex and everything. And Lady Mae was telling her, it's like, yo, what you doing? You always coming in late in the night afterwards, and you go sleep with a man, and you sleeping around and stuff like that. You coming to church with me. You need to do something to get your life together. Your insecurities, inconsistencies. And she said, what inconsistency am I doing with? And she said, well, you sleeping around a man and you coming home 8, 9 in the night. It's like, you be consistent. Like, what all you do? You be a church lady or you be a whore, whatever you gonna do. I was like, damn, Lady Mae. So she be talking to Darius a couple of occasions, and the first day he said, Darius said, well, he said, you can't do this. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. And then he said he's not going to church, because I forgot his story, but I remember he told me something that it was a tragic story why he don't go to church. So he doesn't go, and she wanted him to go, and he still being hesitant not to go. And every time she talked to him about things, he gives his honest opinion, and a straight opinion, and he tells his truth. He don't sugarcoat it. And I guess sometimes Grace likes what she's saying, but also doesn't like with his truth, because he speaks his hard truth, and he doesn't sugarcoat things. So it's like, thank you for letting me things make so easier. Because the last scene he said they just had sex, and she said my mom just called me out about coming home after have sex and everything. He said, why you so feel guilty about it? Don't be a hypocrite. Show them stay and everything. He said, why are you giving the benefit of the doubt to run your life and stuff? And she said, oh, thank you for letting me know the truth and what's up and making things easier. So she went home. I guess she gonna leave Darius for a little bit for a while, because I don't know. Darius got a hard on. He's a reporter. I don't know what's up with him with the GreenLeaf, and I forgot the connection. But Darius is straightforward too, and Grace just don't like his straightforwardness sometimes. It's like, be supportive, be there. He's supporting, but he letting his truth know, and he's just telling you what's up. And last thing that we get, that Grace told was talking to GreenLeaf, Bishop, and he was like, how you do this to a mom? She's up here crying, she up this thing, and that stuff. You need to work this out, you need to make it work. And then he blurted out a secret that he knows that Lady Mae had an affair with Lionel. So he was saying that Lady Mae is not this innocent person that you think she is. So Grace was like, what? So he confronted, Grace confronted her mother. He said, hold up, my father told me you had an affair with Lionel. And Grace said, what? And Grace said, I feel done feeling wrong. I feel done feeling dirty. I feel done with the family. I'm done. And walked out. So Lady Mae was pissed off. Lady Mae went, this is the last little thing, Lady Mae went to the office. Bishop was talking on the phone. Lady Mae went there and she said, what? How dare you? Because before that, Rochelle asked Lady Mae about Zora. So Lady Mae was like, what? How you know about Zora? And he said, well, the bishop mentioned something like that and everything. No, she didn't mention anything. She said, well, I just overheard things. It's out there, and I was concerned and everything. I hope everything's okay. It's good. So Lady Mae said things is good, and you just gotta be careful when you stay around people and all that stuff. And Lady Mae said, oh yeah, you need to be careful, and walked out. And then she confronted Bishop about it, and Bishop said that he may have mentioned that to Thing, but she wanted to know did she had an affair with Michelle, because he said nothing happened, but she thinks something happening with them because how she know all our family business and stuff like that. And then she doesn't know the clarity between him and Aunt Mavis, what really happened, all that stuff. Cause Aunt Mavis said they did something, but Bishop would say she know what you're talking about. You know, Aunt Mavis is a mad woman. She making mad accusations. What's going on? And that's what he told Grace about Lionel. So Grace went to Lady Mae went to the office, pissed off. She said, "You don't have to give me clarity about what's going on with this Aunt Mavis thing, and I'm not sure what you're doing with Rochelle, but that one secret that I have done, and you blow this out because that was only something that you had me doing, and that was like a reaction from your mistakes. And so when all this tax evasion, this tax problem go happening, it gets solved. I want a divorce." I said, "Oh my gosh!" And she walked out. And she said, "Don't leave that phone on hold for too long." And walked out, and that's how the second episode ended. I said, "Oh, child, wow." It's a lot. It's a lot going on, but I appreciate and love GreenLeaf. It was a good first week of premiere. It come back on next week, Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to reviewing it. Once again, I'm going to do every 2 episodes of GreenLeaf. I will do a Let's Talk About GreenLeaf. And hope you like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Please share my video, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.